Hi guys, thank you for joining me here in my craft room, clearly homemade. Today I will be getting this dragon eye, woo, colored with various mica powders that I have. Now I'm going to wait and see how many people we get to show up. Let's see. Click some. I've never done this on my computer before, so I apologize 100% if it does not come out the way it should. But you know, if you guys want to share this video, that'd be great. Wherever you want. Maybe people see the awesomeness. That is my coloring. The dragon eye has already been partially colored. I did get some coloring in, but it did not come out the way it's supposed to, so I figured I would show you guys. See, this is supposed to be red. It is not. It's pink. It sucks. So, yeah. Billy, if you could, can you share my video for the Horde rating, please? Thank you, Sarah. I'm really excited about how this is going to finish out. Really, really excited. I just wish that, you know, when something says red, it's actually red. And I apologize. The colors are not really coming out as glorious as they are, but whatever. So you can see I have mermaid brushes. I use eyebrow brushes to get this. Let's see. I'm trying to see if Michelle shows up, but she's probably playing WoW because, you know, that's what she do. I'm actually going to text message her and see, like, hey, listen, you gotta look at your video. Unless she can't find her text message. Let's see here if I can find her cell phone. And I know there's a delay. There it is. Let's see. You may hear some background noises. Billy is occupying Bruce with chocolate and stuff to get him occupied for me. Okay, send her a message, see what happens. Only shows, you know what, that's okay. Let me give it like a minute more and then I'm gonna commence this. And what I do is I have a mix. I'll just give you some background. These are all Pearl X. It's the brands. See, got black. This is red russet. I have this brand that I'm not going to talk about because this is the opposite of red, which means it's not red. And then this brand I'm not going to talk about either because this is hot pink. Hot freaking pink. So mad. Like, if you saw the pictures, you'd be like, wow, that's really cherry. No, it's hot pink. Hi, Bruce.
I'm getting my tall camera up and
he also wants to do his camera. Okay, you know what? Let's start this up. Okay, so the idea behind doing this, it's fine. You can watch. It's okay. The idea behind doing this with the different colored clays is mica powder reacts differently depending on what color is under it. And this right here is baby wipes. It's the best thing ever. It's the best crafting tool ever. That's great, Bruce.
my tall cameras.
Yes.
Even taller.
That's great. Hey, listen, can you go hang out in the living room for me? Daddy might have more chocolate for you. Please? He's my shadow. Okay, so it works great for polymer clay.
Wow, that's our camera.
Yes, it is a tall camera, buddy. I have my webcam mounted on a tripod so you guys can see this. Okay.
That's my camera.
Hi, Royal. How are you? Let's see here. Okay, so baby wipes are great. You can actually take stuff off of my polymer clay. You know, it's great to get stuff taken care of. First, please, I can't shut the door because there's no airflow in this room and it's super hot today. Can you please go in the living room, buddy? Come on. Okay, great. Oh, my goodness, I'm hitting everything. Okay, I'm going to dry this off a little bit, and then we're going to get started. Okay, the customer wants a bright red dragon. Well, the customer, this is a gift for somebody. And what they want is to have the dragon red. You know, well, he doesn't know he's getting a dragon, but his favorite color is red. So the idea is to make this some kind of like menacing kind of thing for red. You're staring at me and I can't do this. Okay, so I have various reds. This is a nice dark red right here. A lot of reds come out orangey, they come out purple, they come out pink, you know, because gosh forbid there's a real red color. I mean, hey, I would crush the Beatles myself to get red dye number 2 or whatever it is. With the red, you don't want just a solid red. It would be very, I don't know, boring in my opinion. And I try to put as much personality into these as I can. I mean, one of the ones that I did of the 2, obviously, that I have done, kind of looks like it winks or like the eyes dilate a bit in the sun. And I'm going for like a hyper realism for something like this. Oh, good. I'm glad that I'm doing the video for you, Royal. I just turned and I saw it. I'm so entranced in my colors. And then, okay, so because the issue we're having with the red being more pink and orange, I have black here. I love this so much. This is carbon black. I'm probably going to give this a dusting first. We're going to see how it works. Worst case scenario, I got some baby wipes. And I have isopropyl alcohol, or rubbing alcohol, which will also help. Okay, so if you're ever interested in doing some kind of coloring, you can actually get, this is actually eyeshadow. Let me show you. This is actually literally like shimmery eyeshadow. That's what eyeshadow is. It's mica powder and something. So you can actually go to the Dollar Tree, grab some cheap eyeshadow that as long as it's shimmery, and then you can use it for coloring. A lot of my resin work, I have put mica powder in it to color it. And then obviously with clay, mica powder is my favorite. Fantastic. Okay, so I had this hiding. This is called Red Russet. This is $6.53 for Pearl X. And we are going to see how it reacts with some of the coloring we have. We're going to try around the eye first and then go from there. So let's go ahead. We're going to tap a little bit. I'll make a big freaking mess on everything. Let's see here. Sorry. Now she responds to me. Okay. I'm just going to dab a little bit. Now you can already see that the mica powder is actually interacting. That's fantastic. I am going to turn my volume off. Wonderful. Okay. So as you can see, the red is working very nicely. It's very shimmery. Sure you can see how shimmery it is. It looks kind of brown because this is not the best webcam and it's kind of high up. But if I can't see what I'm doing, nobody can see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And my child is trying to get himself stuck in his tripod. This is great. So we're going to go right around the eye. Okay, that's a little bit too much. But we're going to go, we're going to dust it a bit. I'd like to do a little smears. You do see a little fingerprints. Okay, so when it comes to doing this, there is a lot of unevenness. There's a lot of, something's a little crooked, or you see fingerprints and stuff like that. The fingerprints kind of look a little like a natural scale. You know, I mean, we don't know what dragons, we would love to know dragons, but we do not. And it's pretty much open up for interpretation. But if, I wish I could zoom in on this, but this right here is a great fingerprint, and it actually looks a little like scale. Also, yeah, it looks a little, I was gonna make another joke, but I'm trying to keep it professional and not my normal self. Okay, so you can see here, the color's coming out really awesome. You see how it's interacting with the orange, pink, coral, black, and white. You notice that it's given some kind of definition and depth, but I am not 100% happy with this. So what is this? This is argent. I'm sorry, it's silver. There's like 3 different languages on here. Okay, this is 663 silver. It's kind of dark. So we're gonna see how this interacts a little bit. Just a little bit, nothing, and we're gonna smush it. Dab. Oh, look at the highlights. It's a shame I can't do my makeup like this. Dab and highlight. If I were just covered in mica powder, literally the moment I sneeze, it is all over the place. I am not a makeup person. I have bought from many companies. I am going to mention a few of them. My best friend does Unique. She loves it. She does videos on that. Somebody else that I know, one of my other friends, she does Sengence. She is fantastic. I have tried only Singen's, not Unique, because my best friend knows I don't do makeup. And they're really good companies to work for, and they're really good companies to buy from. They're a little expensive, and I'm broke, so that's why I don't have a lot. Okay, now we did the silver. I kind of like how that looks, but I still think we have a little too much pink. So let me try a little black. I know black and pink does not make red, you know, but I'm going to try a little bit. Give it some gritty. Remember, there is no such thing as making a mistake. Oh yeah, that's much better. I like that. Okay, so following the Bob Ross train of thought, there is no such thing as a mistake in painting. And yes, this is technically painting because I'm using a brush. There is no such thing as a mistake. And because this is handmade, you're going to expect some kind of eccentricities with your work. Okay. So the only thing that I don't like with the black, I mean, I could use this silver, is it's very matte. But that's fine, you know, because we're going to be adding more color. We're going to do this as a base because we're like, okay with this. And we're like, you know, I'm still not happy with no real red. So let's do a little black. We can always change it. We can always add more. Now this hasn't even been in the oven yet. Like I gotta paint first, and then I can throw it in the oven. And then once I get the actual color that I want of the dragon, then I can paint the rest of it. And everything was waiting. Look at that. Look at that dimension. I mean, it may be matte, but that's just, it's so beautiful. I love doing these. This is, what is this? This itself is 12 hours of work. About 3 days, 4 hours a day, give or take an hour or so. You do not touch this, child. I love you. You're my heart and soul. Can you please go into the living room? That's fantastic. Can you go into the living room and show Daddy? My child's trying to stab things with this tripod now. Well, you know how fun children are. And the older he gets, the more exciting he is, the more he needs things. See, look at that. Nice dark. I just love how the beige is working with this. Try to see if I can get it to smush a little bit more. Let's see. Blot it like it's a happy little tree. I love Bob Ross. I grew up with him. I used to watch him on Channel 13 with my grandma. And we would just sit there. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, from what I remember, I think it was Bob Ross who was a Vietnam vet, and he just had enough. And he decided peace was the option. It's pretty awesome. And of course, there's Mr. Rogers. I did not appreciate Mr. Rogers as a kid. I should have. I did not. Okay, so I'm not really going to concentrate too much on the sides over here. I'm going to paint them when I paint the other stuff. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm making a huge mess. Okay, while I'm doing just a base coat, which is kind of boring a little bit, this clay is sitting on a ceramic tile that I got for 78 cents at Home Depot. The neat thing about ceramic, well, this particular, you know, getting a tile like this, is I can bake the clay directly on it, and I do not have to worry of moving it or anything like that. Now, if I were to, it gives me stability. The issues I've had with doing, great, look at that. Look at even just the black, it's just incredible with how it's interacting with all the colors. I love this. Okay, so back to the ceramic tile. The neat thing about this ceramic tile is I had issues with the clay curling up. The idea with the ceramic tile is that it's going to keep my clay firmly on the ground. Hopefully. Okay, so we're done with the black. Now, I really don't get these brushes cleaned off because, I mean, it's literally just going to smush. Okay, so let's go back to, let's try this terrible brand. They're hot pink lining this. Look at this. Looks red, right? No, it's not. It's not. It's freaking hot pink. But let's see. Let's give this a try on how it works with the black. No, that's still hot pink. It's like lies. It's okay. I'll add highlight. We can just add whatever more color on top of it. Listen. If I do one of these for myself, you better believe that it's just going to be a million colors of pink. Now I'm just doing it because I gotta, might as well. Nothing is wrong in clay. I just, honestly, the way this looks right now is really cool. I wish I could just zoom in. Can you zoom in? I don't think so. Let me see if I can get you guys for a closer look. Don't, be careful. Camera's moving. Okay, ready, ready. 1, 2, 3, and what? Look at that. That is the coolest thing ever. And that's just with hot pink and matte black. Wow. Okay, the eye totally looks like it's dilating. That's, I love this. I love this. Yeah, exactly. It's not, if you're doing it right, you're not making a mess. No, I'm sorry. It's not, it isn't a mess if you aren't doing it right. Listen, I've only had like a cup of coffee. I am tired. Let's see. Put you back here. There we go. Look at that. That's all I've done so far. And right now, this thing looks like it's going to come up, try to eat me. So Bruce likes to come in here, you know, because whatever, wherever mommy is, he is. And he tries to touch it, and I tell him, just be careful, it's going to bite him. He still touches it anyway. My kid tries to be fearless, but yet he's afraid of all the monsters. I made him a monster spray. It is really cool looking. I'm trying to give this more of a menacing glint, but I don't know. I think I'm too much of a pacifist to be angry. Let's see. Let's see, it's still not too bad. Huh, this thing looks so cool. Oh man. Like I've gone back and I've looked at pictures of things like this that I've made. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I know. I'm trying not to pat myself too much in the back. My mom says I do that. But okay, we're gonna try this Terrible Brands. We're not gonna mention the name. Again, it looks more of a red brown. Let me scroll down a little bit, see if anything else happens. Nope. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Okay, so just to let you know, the reason why you see a lot of shadows is that the light is directly above. This is great if I can open the window, but because it's been so hot and I have no air conditioning in here, I am not able to do so. Okay, that was way too much. Oh no. Okay, so when you put too much mica powder, as you see here, you don't see any other color at all. So what I'm gonna do, smear it. Still looks pretty cool, but you're really seeing the definition of the scale. So let me find my isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and oh, that smells like isopropyl rubbing alcohol. And I got, okay, so my favorite place to order things from is Geek, or the Geek version of Wish. There's stuff in here that it's not supposed to be in here. And it takes like a month to get here, but I get my supplies dirt cheap, and it is fantastic. Like, for instance, this little resin container, this little silicone container, right here, this isopropyl alcohol in here, was $1, and then like $1 shipping or something. But it's so good because I just can keep reusing it even when using resin. Okay, so now the big issue, look at that, I can squeeze it. Let's get rid of this. I think there's a color on the brush, so it's gonna, oh, look at that, see? Isopropyl rubbing alcohol. We're going to get rid of it a little bit. And the neat thing about rubbing alcohol, for those of you who have used it, is it dries really, really fast. We're just going to get rid of some color. Kind of went a little crazy. Way too... It's good. It's good coverage. It's not the coverage that I want. No, it's not the coverage I need or deserve. I should smush it around a little bit. That still looks really neat, though. Okay, let me put this on... I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. My phone's going off. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got another person. Hello, other person who has joined us today. How goes it? Cannot see who. Let's see. I cannot see. No, it just says. You know what? 3 is better than none. You know what? Even if nobody's watching, I'm taking the extra step and going out there. Okay. So let's see. Is it dry? Oh, yeah. It's dry. Great. I love rubbing alcohol. I'm going to still, you know, let me do a little bit more over here. Because there is still, oh, that's a lot. Oh, man. That's okay. It's going to add more definition, right? Right. When you really need to get rid of the mica powder, then you want to use the rubbing alcohol. We're going to move a little bit back here. A little bit too much pink. Okay, we are a paperless household. This means I do not have paper towels or anything like that. I normally use a dish rag and I just reuse it. Oh, I just love the white and black right over here. That's just really cool. It's like a surprise. That look, you know what? This kind of looks like, this looks, honestly, I just want it like this. Like, hey, you want to buy it just like this? This is really neat. I think I'm going to make myself one of these. Or at least, is that the, if I'm not even using the right brush to smush things around. That's so bad. I'm so scatterbrained. Okay. Wipe that off. Great. And yes, I'm still reusing the same, because honestly, all the colors are going to mix. So it is fine. Okay, let's see here. And just so you know, the clay that I use is Sculpey Premo. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's great to work with. Keeps its shape. I just got to find better ways to bake it. Okay. So this color is not the color we want. Again, we have been lied to. So let's go ahead and over with the black. Maybe one day we'll get the right color. I want to use this one. Let's do this one. Boop, 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 boop. A little bit of black. Okay, there we go. Oof. If you have sensitivities to dust, obviously you're going to want to use a mask. I have 0 sensitivities to pretty much everything. I am one of the very, very lucky few people out there, and yes, I know it's okay. There we go. And yes, my hands are covered, but whatever. Okay, let's try something else. Maybe we can do another highlights. Hello, other person who has joined us. Thank you for joining us today. Me joining me. It's me, myself, and I guess you can go with us. Okay, so this color is 657 Sparkle Gold by Pearl X. It's going to look like, just like it says, a little bit of sparkle gold. Look at that. Can you see that? No, because this is the world's greatest webcam. I apologize for the low quality. But if I sold like 10 of these dragon things, I still probably wouldn't have enough for a good webcam. I try to keep my prices low. So I'm sure all of you have seen the announcement. I am going to be moving to Store Envy. I'm currently working on getting things over there. I'm not really seeing a lot of traffic on Etsy. They also nickel and dime you like maniacs, and it's just not. It's not really handmade anymore. It's all like commercial stuff. Okay. Now this is a no-name brand. I got this off of not Alibaba, whatever, AliExpress. I got this off of AliExpress. It was really cheap. Let's see what we got. Ready? It looks like pink. This is red. Okay, it actually looks like red. We have pink. Listen, I am not painting this thing because the acrylic paint is going to ruin the definition. And I mean, I can, you know, bake it. It's just not going to be the same. It's more red than the other one. Listen, this is just, I'm going to find those darn beetles, crush them myself, and make my own red. Okay, let's try the hot pink again. We had an idea of red. No, see, hot pink. Hot pink. What am I going to do? What is this? This is the Super Russet. Maybe if I mix enough colors, it'll come out pink. There we go. No, it's not really pink. It's pretty. It's not the color. What? These are not the colors you're looking for. Oh, okay, we're going to try, this is red russet. We're going to try this again. You never know. We might get a color that we want. Okay, ready. I think if I mix enough colors. It still looks really cool, you know. Just not. Holy cow, it's hot in here. Okay. We have something called Interference Red. This is number 670. Now I've used the Interference. I've never used this one. Look at that. Okay, so the neat thing about this, you can tell it's white. Okay. It's white with the hints of red. I have a blue and a green. Now the neat thing about this is when you add this to resin, if you do the blue, it looks like opal. Let's see, this does nothing. Right around here. Oh, okay, there we go. See, you're getting that hint of red now. So this actually might be what we should be using. Yeah, it's going everywhere. Oh yeah. Everywhere. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna put a little bit on the black. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take that off. Okay. Remember to take that off. I didn't smush this down enough. Okay. You can still work with the clay after doing this. It's never a problem to. You will have to recolor what you've done, because the moment you touch it, you get smushes, you know, like, see? Well, I guess no. Apparently if you color it, you're not going to have to worry about it. Well, that's cool. Put this over here. Look at that. The color I wanted wasn't even the color I wanted. We're going to go through this with some Q-tips to really fine-tune the black on there. I think I'm going to add some more. At least we know that's a red. Reddish. What is this? I'm telling you, I know I have nothing. I have nothing. Oh, brother. To quote somebody I know who says that all the time. This is close to red. I'm going to be throwing in some oranges and stuff. That's why I have like all these colors here. It still looks pretty cool. You know, it might not be exact, but at least it's there. You see what I'm doing? Good. If I was left-handed, it would look a little bit better. There we go. Okay, that might be a little too much over here. So you can tell it's getting a little metallic. I like the metallic look. And I like to use white clay and light colored clay rather than actually doing red clay. I have red clay because I rather play with the colors instead of just being like, oh, this is it. Then you have to go through the whole thing of making sure the colors don't smudge. Not fun, in my opinion. I'm wondering if this is the same color as that other brand that we don't talk about. I think it is, but it's definitely not red. Yeah, it's the same color. It's stupid. I'm so irritated. I bought this. Like, this stuff is not cheap. I mean, I have more expensive supplies, but still. We're definitely going to have to add some oranges and stuff. Maybe go over it with a little bit of black. See if that works. Trying to get here on the sides. Trying not to stick my head in the camera either. Always, it's too much. Too much. That's fine. I'll fix it. And some other colors. Let's see. This is very very pink. Which is not what we want. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not going to be worrying about the sides. The sides are going to be painted to match the color of the box. The color of the box is hopefully going to come close to the color of what we want here. Let me pick this up. Let's see what we have when it comes to different light. See, it's very pink, which is no bueno. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do it. I know it seems like I'm wasting it, but I got to figure out the best way to do all this. I think I'm just going to have to show a little bit of the color underneath it. You know? Maybe I should have done that red clay. These guys are going to be cleaned off now. Have to be careful. So the spikes are made with clay wrapped around aluminum foil, which is pretty neat. It helps cut down on use of clay, length of time to bake, and weight. Polymer clay is very, very heavy. That's not going to stay on. Come on, buddy, you can stay on. Okay, if any of these pop off, I can always glue. I just prefer my stuff to stay on. Okay, so that's not terrible. Not terrible. But it's not like Dungeons and Dragons red. Now that's a red dragon from the cartoon. I will always be a geek. Okay. Let's do, because remember we can always do that one over there. Let's do whatever color we have here. Here we go. We have Super Bronze. Take a gander what Super Bronze is going to give us. Not, okay, that's not, that looks like golds. It didn't look that well. I guess it kind of did. Let's see, we're gonna get these guys cleaned off. There we go. Come on, baby. The thing with mica powder, while you can rework with your clay, the clay does not like to stick to mica powder. Just a hint. If any of you decide to pick up the clay arts. Okay, you know what? It's okay. It looks like that because we're going to add a little bit over here. Be more on there. Okay, we'll smoosh that in. See, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Okay, it's going to get as close to red as possible. Obviously, the customer is going to see it, and then they're going to tell me before I bake it if this is what they want. If not, then we have to wait for another color to come in. Okay, so a little bit of highlight there. What do we have here? Okay, I'm sorry. This color was Super Bronze, so 664 for Pearl X. This is Sunset Gold, which is number 665. I got this ages ago. When I was first starting. Oh, that is ugly. That's like, I'm going to put it everywhere because of how ugly this color is. That is not the color I was looking for either. I mean, you know what? It's like a green. Light might actually be a little different what it looks like. Okay. And then, there we go. Oh my goodness, people are messaging and I'm not even saying anything. Okay. There we go. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Andrew and Kara. Apparently the scroll option is not automatic. What are you doing in here? My spawn is in here again. So Bruce is at that age that he needs to be in everything, which is, you know, not fun when you have all these things that I do. Okay, we want to keep this here. We want to, this looks more like a sunset color. Let's see. Oh, hi, dear. I see that the spawn is with me. This is the Sparkle Gold. Let's see, everybody, just don't, this is a Super Copper. Okay, this is Aztec Gold, number 658. I'm going to do some golds to it. It's more like Phoenix than Dragon, I guess, but you know what? These golds are all looking the same. It's more like sunset than anything. I just don't have that red. They don't believe in making a red, which is ridiculous. Like, it looks cool, but it's not the cool that I want.
I have a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Go buy old Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Covering them with
What? Okay.
Okay, Dad. I need
So my
you
husband
to
is
do
trying to
this for me.
come up with another idea of things I could
Daddy, I
do.
need you to do this for me.
This is like going to be 20 hours of work per book. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Oh, real quick shout out to my BFF. My clay machine decided to no longer work after I took it apart. And then, of course, during the move and stuff. I had to take it apart because I had to take the sides off. And she was glorious enough to purchase a glorious machine. It's for pasta, but, you know, I use it for clay. And my husband's like, one day we're going to have a machine that is just for pasta and not for clay. I'm like, whatever.
You're running out of coin.
Yes, Kristen, I have mixed them before. Right now I'm doing the layers. But the thing with red, it's a primary color. You can't really mix it. Like, you can do brown. You can even mix a black because that's like all the colors. You can't mix white, and you cannot mix red or blue. And all the reds, all the pinks, I'm sorry, all the reds that I have are like an orangey pink color. So if I were to do that, we're going to look at more of a tropical dragon fruit color. This right here looks more like dragon fruit than an angry, vicious dragon. And I'm trying for an angry, vicious dragon. Apparently the person would like something like that. But I had thought of that originally. I apologize for the delay in replying to your comment. I did not see the scrolling option. Okay, so what I did is I used isopropyl alcohol. I use isopropyl instead of rubbing alcohol because apparently rubbing alcohol is a US thing. And in case anybody who's international was watching did not want to be confused by what us Clixy Americans use. Okay, look at that. See, got a nice shine. Okay, so everything's going to get a layer of polyacrylic added onto it for durability, stability, as well as keeping that mica powder from going on your fingers. Look at that. Look at that eye. Oh my goodness. Eye is so cool. I love my stuff. I do. So we're going to paint the sides. Probably, let's see here if I have anything else that I could use, because we're losing a lot of the coloring. It's like it's more of a rose. This is a rose gold dragon. That is what this is. Let's see. Use my fingers. No, it looks like it has dandruff. Okay. We are just going to have to do the layer of this. We're going to lose some of the color definition. Hold on, I'm scrolling down. There we go. Yeah, so mica powder is eyeshadow. So if you ever use a shimmering eyeshadow, you've used mica powder before. It's pretty awesome. It's actually what gives eyeshadow the color. Yeah, no, I love how the colors blend as well, which is why I use this instead of doing an actual color clay. I have done stuff in a color. I don't like it. That and my laptop does not give me the same way colors look as my desktop does. And my craft room is a laptop. Yes, spoiled. We have 2 computers. Well, we upgraded to desktops and we keep, our laptops for other things, giving them to family members, friends, those who need, an extra laptop. So it looks pretty cool. Still not, I gotta give more definition somewhere. I mean, it's missing something. Gotta figure out what it is. So what I'm gonna do is I just got up. I am looking at some colors that I have. See if there's anything else. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything. I have like yarn all over the place. That's why you guys are only gonna look at that. Bright yellow. What is this? Oh, what is this? This is a blue russet. Okay. Let's see what this does. Again, this is eyeshadow. Put this over here. Okay. Oh, that looks just like the color I made. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, it's just the color I made. Look at that. See? This is why you only need like 800 colors. All the same thing. You okay? My baby walks around with his headset. And it's like, well, why don't you move it? He walks into his tripod. And it's like, why am I being hit by things? Can you move the tripod, please? Oh, he can't hear me. That's great. Thanks, kid. Okay. Give this a nice little rub down. Try to get some of this black showing a little bit. The idea of the black is just to add definition to the red. These are individually rolled scales, which are incredibly obnoxious to do. My poor finger, I think, has a blister on it. Okay, what do we have? See? That's not... The black really helps. Yeah, I like the gold accent. I'm just rereading your comment. I'll wait for this to dry a little bit. You don't want to do wet mica. It's like mud. What else do we have? I mean, it still looks really cool. Really cool. I know, I'm trying to convince myself that I completely screwed it up. We are going to do a little bit more of a highlight. We're going to try this. Okay, now this, I'm going to be really, really careful with. This is bright yellow. This is 683. I'm going to use a new brush for this. You know what? I'm actually going to get a little brush. Because this, I don't want to smear everywhere. Hi, Deborah. I don't want to smear this one everywhere. Let's see how little of a brush I have. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't take care of my brushes. I know, it's awful. When I need them, I wash them off with soap and water. I only use acrylic paint. I do not use oil, so I've never had really a problem. Okay, we want to do a little bit of definition. Now, we've seen how other colors have reacted. Let's see about making this right around here. You don't want to do too much. This actually is not doing what every other color has. Just a little bit. Okay, make sure to get down off my chair. You're gonna see the top of my head probably. See my face? Yeah, you can see my head. Okay. That's what we got. Do a little bit here. Right around the eyes. It'll make the eyes pop a little bit more. See, what I normally do, if I'm not on camera, is I have this stuff like pushed right against my face because I'm blind. And the protective layer on my lens has gone, or one of them. Oh, my phone's vibrating. Stop messaging me. Look at that. Just a little bit, but I think it has helped make it, sorry. Everything's going crazy. Here we go. There she is. Hi, Michelle. So I don't use words like that on my video. My BFF. That's my BFF. But I'm professional when I'm doing stuff like this. So, but you know my words. You know I use them. You'll hear them tonight. Let's see here. I try to be professional. Like if my mom watched this, that's how I do it. The way I do the commercial aspect to this is if my mom was watching, or if my mom was, if I was talking to my mom, you know, what would I say? I think a lot of things. I just don't necessarily say them out loud. Look at that. Okay, so that is a great definition for the eye. It's not a lot, but it's enough to just add a little bit. Let's see. Let's see about. See, now he's looking a little. We're gonna add a little bit more orange. Let's see. We're gonna do orange around the eyes. So Michelle, you probably weren't able to catch up, so just joining us here. That red is not red, it is hot pink. So I'm doing everything I can. Oh, thank you. I am doing everything I can to make this more what we want. Oh my goodness, I'm hitting stuff. Okay, I haven't gotten my second table yet for my craft room, so right now what I'm doing is a leaf from my table on top of 2 gray buckets. And it works great because then I can actually see it. Look at that! Look at that eye! Oh, I gotta add something different. Let me do a little bit of orange on this side. What do we got here? I do just a little bit to highlight. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually looking at Facebook while I'm doing this. Yeah, no, I have a feeling I have 3 different reds here. Okay, I have tried 3 different reds, and this is the color we've gotten. They all look pink, all of them. I don't think there is a red mica powder. I really don't. Not a real red one anyway. Like this one, I mean, we looked at the pictures. They're red. This was not. So I'm going to try to go for more orange. Would more orange be okay? Maybe orange like that. We are losing that undercolor. Look at that. Wow. Okay, that orange is really working on the side there. I wonder if I can watch my live video on my phone, and then I can actually see the comments as they happen. Because this scroll down thing isn't working for me. Here we go. Yeah, we'll need to call somebody. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to see if I can actually watch my video on my phone so I can get these comments while I am doing it. Let's see. I don't even know how to bring it up. I used to know how to do everything. Okay, let's go here. There we go. Great. And I'm going to see if I can actually watch. Ah! Okay, great. Use black. I did use black. Listen, I'm gonna put this right here. So I'm gonna watch this at the same time. It's a heavy candle. Ah! Everything's falling. I make noises. You're gonna listen to them all. Let me put clay. I have a lot of clay to use. Probably put clay there. Let's see if I can get it to stand up. Okay. I apologize for the interruption in our production right now. We are going to put this. There we go. Great. Now I can see things as I do stuff. There is definitely a delay. That's exciting. Okay. We're going to go back to do. Actually, I can look at. It's probably better for me because then I can look at. Let's see. I'm going to use a little bit more. Yeah, everything. I mean, there's a maroon, but the maroon looks like the color I have now. I looked into it. And this is like purple. You just don't do the colors they're supposed to. Let's see what we think about this. I mean, it looks nice. You know, it doesn't look, it looks very meaty. It looks like a meaty dragon. Which I know sounds really weird. That was it. More of a yellow. I'll try to find the black that's hidden under these. Maybe do a little. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not terrible. Okay, that's coming along. I definitely have to do yellow. Nice bright yellow around there. Okay, I'm gonna do some more orange. Okay, that actually doesn't look horrible. Okay, we're getting away from the pink. And it is going more orange. I'm gonna do a little bit of black at the back. No. See, we got more definition. The orange is definitely helping out. It's going less pink. Okay, put a little bit more. My finger and rub it in a little bit. And I put orange around here. Oh man, it's not sitting the way it's supposed to. I'm gonna have to fix it. Oop. That's not good. Okay, that's definitely gonna need to get fixed. Copper around here. Still doing the copper. Super copper. Around here. It's like the highlights. No, this is gonna look really neat during the sunlight. That's my favorite test for this, is the sunlight versus the other stuff. I gotta go get what you call it? I don't even know what they're called. No, things you stab your ear with. I gotta get those. Okay. I'm so ill prepared. Now I have a million mason jars, so if any of you guys can think of arts, things like that. That's funny. Let's see here. I forgot what I was gonna say. We're gonna get rid of the black, make it more. I want black more than we want any other color. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what do we have? I know we have some black over here. Where are you hiding? Hide away. That color. There we go. Nice black coming out. That's what we want to do. Give it even more definition. It's that black. I have 3 different brands here. 4 different brands here. All red. And they all have the same problem. And I'm not talking about that brand because that brand lied. Maybe because I'm adding it to clay. Oh yeah, so well, instead of doing in resin, I'm doing it into the clay, so maybe that's why the pink. So I have lots and lots of mason jars. Right now, I currently have one being used as a hand soap dispenser. I have another one being used as a Q-tip holder. And then I have another one not doing anything yet. And I actually have the ball mason jars with all the writing on it. And I have seen things, the way I make the, it's black? Yes, it is. The way I did the hand soap dispenser is I bought the one from Michael's, the little kit. It did not work. It pumps out water, does not do soap. So I went and I ordered one off of Amazon, and the one on Amazon works great. So I just put, it's just a lid. I would show you, but it's in the kitchen and it's far-ish away. Well, farther than I'm willing to walk. What is that? Is that my head covering stuff up? Yeah, it's my head. Again, I apologize for the light. Billy did just get me a new light. We just don't have a thing for it. You don't think so? Do you want me to do more orange and yellows? Because if you want me to do more orange and yellows, or black, I can do black and silver. What about black and silver? I have plenty of black and silver. Or we can still look for the other ones. Yeah, I can wipe this off. Well, most of it off and make it all black and silver. I know his favorite color is red. I can do the box in red. Do the box and then do the insert in, or the lining red, and then have the dragon be black and silver. Like a mean looking dragon, black and silver. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I am working at your behest. Just let me know. Maybe this will be the one that I keep for myself. If that's the case, I'm going all pink. Hey, buddy.
I need you to make something to stand up my camera.
No, but seriously, this silver and black would be neat. Here, I'll show you. Since we don't like the pink anyway, let me get this off. No, 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 no. You can't bring that over here. There's not enough room. Thanks.
Mommy,
Figure it out.
can
That's
you
fine.
make something make my...
Oh, thanks, Deborah. But this is an order. So while I don't want to wipe it off, believe me, I do. I have to. So, but it's okay. I will be making one of these for myself. My silent partner was kind enough to send me extra clay, and this would be an amazing wall art. So yeah, I can definitely do this one again. I was actually going to be doing one in purple and black that is reminiscent of one of the dragons in World of Warcraft, which is a game I play often. In fact, that's what Billy meant when he talked about Raid, is specifically about that game. So let's go ahead. Hey man, I like experimenting with colors also, so this is quite okay. Let me grab my silvers and my black, and then we'll go from there. Here we go. I got, how many hours? I got like another hour, 2 hours, and then I have to stop at this. Here we go. I always try for hyperrealism. If you look on the page, you can see 2 other ones that I made. The page and the photos, they should be there. Look at that. Now it looks like rocks. It actually looks like rocks, which is awesome. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what? Tormenting who? Okay, so this popped off. We're gonna see if we can squash it back on. If it doesn't, that's fine. I don't even know how it popped up. There it is. Let's see. It work. See, this black was giving me a problem anyway. Okay, that's not terrible. There you go. Okay. My mom too. My mom put in an order for 15 cards, and she changed her mind like 3 times. And we're like talking like almost full mind changes, which is fine. You know, I don't mind. I want it perfect. If I make something for you, I want you to message me with, wow. Oh, which dragon? Onyxia. Billy gave me the idea. I will be doing Onyxia as close as I can in purples, blacks, and some yellow. And for the belly. And it will be one of these. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, great. So we're going to start again. This looks really, really neat. This looks like, I actually like it better like this with some of the color behind it. Yeah, I got to do Onyxia, dude. Besides, I'll do the Onyxia, and then I'll own wall art and the mount. And then my husband will curse me daily, which is fine. So if you want to take a look, I'm going to bring this up closer to the camera. But this looks like a dragon made out of river rock. Let's see that. Still has a shimmer to it. Still looks like it's looking at you. Oh, look at that. It looks like river rock. Let's see here. Okay, so now let's start this over. And I can do this again. I can do something similar to this again, if not this. My stuff never comes out the same. I can't etch the same way. I can't do anything the same over and over again. I am not capable of doing that. That's fine, because it means everything that I make is unique. And I have some gorgeous purples. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do our silvers. We have interference blue. We're going to get rid of that one. Blank pearl, macro pearl, micro pearl, antique silver. Listen, I've had left reviews on Slice of the Moon, because that was supposed to be red and it's not at all. But then again, I'm using it on clay. I'm not using it on resin. So who knows? Okay. This I think I need to stand up for. It's exciting. Yeah, I like that box. I love clay work. I love clay so much. Yes, baby.
So did your daddy.
You did. Great. Okay. This is wet. We don't want to use that. We want to get rid of this. The fox looks really. I did 2 foxes, didn't I? I don't know. I use polycrylic for this. I don't use resin for this. I would have to mix it. Okay. So even if I have resin here, I can try to see if it works. If it does, then great. If not, I wouldn't even know how it would come over here. I have I don't even know how this resin works, but I'll play with it. I'll play with it. Worst case scenario, I make another one. Right, right. Okay, so let me do a black. I don't know what resin. You can try to find another red if you want. I mean, I'm smushing this in black anyway. See, that's why the neat thing about clay is you can just be like, oh, I don't like it anyway. That's why you don't use clay color. Use what's up? Ah, that's so cool. I just love mica powder. I do need more black though. You're gonna find another red. You're gonna do red mixed with resin. I have to look at the reviews to see how they got that red to that red. Okay, you can send him. I'm not allowed to say. Never mind. This is my business. This is not professional. This is not me. Okay. There we go. Everybody, a nice quick black. Get rid of. Michelle, what do you think of this one? Just the black. It looks burnt. Burnt with hits of copper, hints of gold. Oh, hey folks, real quick. If I send you something and you don't like it, please don't wait 2 months to post a negative review. Reach out to me. You know, if you really don't like it, I'll be glad to work with you to do something else. I had somebody leave a review on Etsy about that, and it's been bothering me all day. Like it was a nasty, nasty review. It's just so bad. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, you still see there is a little bit of pink, but it's not nearly. So we're going to around the eyes. We're gonna start doing the silvers then. You'll see what I'm doing. And you'll be like, oh, I can't believe I ever doubted her. And I know you don't. I'm making jokes. I'm making jokes. Oh, my knees are so bad. Okay, I did some gardening earlier, and I think I got sunburned on my feet. Okay, here we go. So we got a nice, nice look to it. So Deborah, the neat thing about the dragon eyes, or when I do something like this, I do the individual scales to obviously show definition, but also when you touch it, it feels like you're running your fingers on scale. And that, I like having art that does more than one thing. I like the sensory, you know, the visual and the touch. I'm a touch person. It's weird. I'm a touch and smell. Like if I can make this smell like something, it probably wouldn't smell like a dragon because that'd be really gross. Okay, let's see my colors that I'm using. We don't want interference green. This is a very pretty color. Gold. Let's stay away from gold. Okay, so we're going to highlight the eyes. We are going to be using light silver. I gotta put caps and stuff, otherwise it's going to go everywhere. I go here. I put the wrong cap on something that sticks. Okay. We're going to do, okay, so this is the dark silver. That's going to be the base of what we're doing. This is an antique silver that's a little bit lighter. This is macro pearl, which is darker than micro pearl, and we have pearl white. This is going to be great. Okay, so let's do our lightest. I got some dropping everything on the floor. We're doing pearl white. Now I'm going to do something a little different. Again, I have these really awesome resin containers. Boop, boop, boop. They come little mixers. I love them. And we are going to mix. So when I first got this, I'm like, well, that's a neat little spoon. Completely useless. And look, I'm using it now. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of white. We're going to do it this way. Try a little different. And then we're going to do a little medium silver. Let's try that. Okay, so the color I put in was a 651 pearl white. And I'm adding 662 antique silver. I'm doing like a little scoop of each. We're gonna mix it. Let's see. 'Cause I don't want too light around the eyes. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't. Silicone, do not ever use it for mica powder. I forget that it sticks because I am foolish. And I'm like, oh, I gotta need a mixing bowl, but I can't even use. I'm making a mess. It's okay. It's okay. It's art, right? Yes. That's still wet. Okay, put this here. You know what? It gives us different coverage. Okay, put it right there in the eyes. Okay, we got some highlight, which is what we wanted. That looks great. There's a delay. Of course there is. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna box your eyes like this. So I feel like when I'm doing these guys, conversation with it. Look at that. Nice highlight around the eyes. Can't really tell. I promise there's highlight around the eyes. We're going to do that Argent antique again. This time we're going to make it more silver. I'm going to silver this up. There we go. I'm listening to myself on Billy's computer. And I'm like, I'm such a dork. That's okay, though. I don't care. You guys never see me. I am the woman behind the camera. There we go. How's that? It's definitely silver. That's for sure. Let's see. I'm going to smush it. By smush it, I mean I'm using my finger to color it. Okay. Oh, man, this feels so cool. I wish you guys could feel this. I mean, you can. You order one from me, and then you get to feel your one of your very own. And then there you go. That's how you feel them. If you really want to. They're not. I don't know. There we go. My little. Right now, I'm adding the pearl white. I'm gonna get more definition to the eyeliner. Like that here. There we go. There we go. We're gonna have more of a. I'm definitely going to have to use the darker silver. Okay, so this is going to be 663 silver. This is a regular silver. I'm using my fingers for this stuff because I want a different look. I think I'm going to mix some black into this mess. You know what? I'm going to use the other black. I'm not going to use that black. I'm going to use this one.
Mommy, I put rock sand in here.
You put rock sand in here?
Yeah, because it's
looks
stuck
like silver.
in my nails.
It was stuck in your nails. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it smells really bad.
It smells really bad? Wait, what was in your finger? I don't know what he's talking about.
Rock sand.
What's rock sand?
It's right there.
It's right there. Why does your rock sand smell bad? Why are you smelling rock sands?
Okay.
Okay, I added some black to our previous concoction. He's right next to me, like literally right next to me. Can you stick out your hands? Come here, let me see your hands. This is my spawn. Say hi.
Hi.
He's so cute. Okay, so this is a little darker.
Oh, Mommy.
Yes, baby.
You got some fur on your finger.
I got some glitter on my finger.
Why?
You know, Michelle, I do have black glitter. Just lay down. Okay, look at that. Nice dark pewter color. I did a pair of wine glasses in clay, which is what started this whole clay adventure a year or two ago. A year and a half? I don't know. Concept of time is not there for me anymore. And I had to, I don't like using white, or I'm sorry, I don't like using colored clay, so I mixed my own. Oh, that's a good dark color. It's a good dark color. Not really seeing, it's definitely good coverage. I'm gonna do it a little bit more. This is neat looking. You know what? I might keep the ridges the way it is because we're gonna have more of a Bronze Age dragon. And I am gonna be adding something on top of it. I'm just not sure what yet. Yeah, it doesn't bother me when colors change because it usually comes out really neat anyway. You know? So I'm not really concerned. This is really cool looking. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can get this to come up closer. Yeah. So
I
I'm
can make it out.
gonna take this first, and then I'm gonna brush it.
Oh,
Get it
that's
in the
a good
cracks.
idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I have my narrator. There we go.
He should brush his teeth.
And brush his teeth. Yeah. You
Yeah.
brush your teeth?
No.
Why not? Yes, you do. You brush your teeth every night with Daddy, and you brush your teeth in the morning with Mommy. Let me get the colors right in here.
He should brush his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can eat something for a snack.
Okay. there
He
we go.
needs
Okay, so let's take a look.
buy something.
Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go get my coffee from the living room? Just don't touch that box. There you go. Go get my coffee from the living room.
My frog is right there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this closer. We're gonna see dragon. I'm not really seeing the color of it. You can see a little bit there, but it definitely has the hints. These are really cool again. I love how it looks with the light reflection. I love it. I love it so much. It's not too bad. You know what? I have an idea. So now this is black. What if, okay? So what if we take another one of these bowls that you never should make? Oh, he got my coffee. Ah, I love you, child. Good. I'm glad you like it, Michelle. See, I got this. Okay, so I gotta play it. I was really loud slapping on my legs. I didn't realize how loud that was. So let me go ahead. You know what? I'm going to take Kristen's idea from earlier. She suggested mixing a bunch of reds.
Okay, Mommy.
No, I don't. It goes right in my oven. One of the myths behind... Can you hold on a second, please? Thanks. One of the myths behind polymer clay is that you cannot put it in an oven that you use for food. This is incorrect. As long as you do not, hold on a second, excuse me. You cannot have your frog over here. I love you. Can you go out there in the living room with Daddy, please? Can you watch me on Daddy's computer? Go ahead, you can watch me on Daddy's computer. Go ahead. Come on, go, go, go. Please. Thank you. Okay, so one of the myths about, no, don't shut my door. Okay, one of the myths, again, about polymer clay is, you know, that if you put it in an oven that you use for food, then you, hear that with Candy? It will make all of your food be toxic. This is wrong. If you burn your polymer clay, which means you're not following the instructions, then yes, improper usage can lead to issues with your oven, and not fruit so much, but the air becomes toxic because the smell of burning polymer clay is bad. You won't die immediately or anything. It's not like, you know, that, but it is very, very, very bad. So follow instructions, pretty much like with everything else in life. I put the wrong color in here because I am silly. This is actually a really cool color though. What I do, you can watch it on my computer, that's right. What I do is, obviously now I have my clay, you know, my ceramic tile, and then I tent it, make a tent with aluminum foil over it, and it goes in the oven. There is a smell of clay, but it's literally just a smell like you would use like an air freshener. It does not do anything. Excuse me, please, don't touch that. Okay, so I'm gonna actually do something with this. Excuse me, please. Please help me. I know, and I know you want my attention right now. I get it. This is why I can't get anything done. Worth it though. Worth it in the long run. Because eventually he'll move out and I don't have to worry about it, right? I'm just kidding. So we're gonna try that russet color and we're gonna see what it looks like mixed with black. Let's see here. Some people use, you can get like a new wave oven, I think. You want a piece of chocolate, buddy?
Chocolate coin.
You want chocolate coin?
No.
Daddy is here too, and he doesn't want anything. How about nose bubbles? Do you have green nose bubbles, Daddy?
Yeah, come on, Bruce.
Go ahead.
No.
I want you guys to know how amazing my husband is. You cannot. Okay, but you're gonna go with Daddy and get nose bubbles, right?
Yeah.
So my husband is amazing. He knows that I make like nothing off of this stuff, but he is so supportive. Anyway, he knows that this is what I love to do, and he does what I can, or what he can, to make sure I can do it. So I really appreciate him. So shout out to the husbands. Okay, I am mixing black, argent silver on accident, and then the russet. I'm going to see what color we're going to get. No, no, no nose bubbles in here, baby. In the living room, please. Please?
I got stand down.
Please don't. Okay, that's becoming a little too. Okay, so that's, we're going to use what this little bit is here, and we're going to add it now. I'm going to see what we have. I have a feeling it's going to look just like it does. Yeah. It's something. It's something. He's hiding under the table. The child does not want to leave. Here we go. There we go. See, that's still, it still looks, I mean, it's maybe a hint of pink.
No, that's
Maybe.
dark red.
You think it's dark red?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I got this. It's just, my colors, I have a problem with the color red. Whenever I see, okay, so back in my heyday, in like the 80s and 90s, 3D books were very, very popular using the red-blue scheme. One glasses had red, one inside of the glasses had blue, and then you would look at these things and you would see pictures pop out. I don't know what it is with my eyes, but whenever I see red, it comes out 3D. So when I saw the color on Amazon of this particular mica powder, the red was so vibrant that it popped out onto the screen for me, which is great. So I'm like, that's why I was very excited about this color. The thing is, when it comes to other reds, I have a hard time with actually seeing the real color that they are. So it may look pink to me, but it'll be red to somebody else. And hopefully, and it's just, it's really weird and hard to craft when you can't really see the colors. And then, you know, having the issue with like the monitors being different. So what looks great on my laptop looks terrible, you know, on my computer, or what's great on the phone that I use to take pictures looks fantastic. And then I'll look it on my phone and I'm like, how did that picture look so terrible? Okay, there we go. We have more of a red. So let's take a look again with a close-up. There we go. This thing weighs so much. Look at that. It's definitely
Wow.
definitely getting there. We're not there yet.
Mommy.
Yeah.
The frogs are covering some glitter.
Please don't play with glitter.
He just fell.
He fell in glitter. There should not be glitter
Yeah.
open for him to fall in.
And he fell down, and the pain knocked him down, and he got boo-boos on him.
Oh, I'm sorry he has owies. Is he okay?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is
It's
still...
gone, Mommy.
Okay, we're going to need to do... Oh, I'm sorry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find those black scales that I had before. And we're going to take the mica powder off of them because we want to give it definition of the black scale. I think it will really make a difference. I think if I can maybe...
I'll go find frogs here. I'm just...
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is actually working out not terribly. By taking the glitter off, or the mica powder off the black, and it's adding another level of definition to the scale. One, because I have to rub on it, and it obviously gives the imprint to it. But another thing is, it's a different color. It's a subtle, different color than the actual other stuff.
It's not
Let's see
there.
here.
Actually there.
I'll do this here. Man, I'm really excited to make a Nixia. That's gonna look really cool. Because I have the blue I want to use right there. I'm going to color this right here.
Hey,
I'm
Mommy.
going to do my finger. Do a little
Hey,
bat,
Mommy.
bat, 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 bat. Hey, buddy. Probably going to add a little bit more, another dusting of a color on here. I've had no formal training. I am literally winging it. I gotta find some more black ones. There it is. Whatever looks good. That's how I do this. I think this is my favorite eye so far. Not just color, it's just like how the eye looks and stuff. Right? See, that's what I'm going for. I'm looking for it can blink. I need you to like see this, and I need to be like second guess yourself. Did it blink at you? You know, that's what I am going for. That is, thank you. Thank you, dear. See? Supportive. And I know he's not lying because we would have problems. Okay. There's so many layers of mica powder on this. I'm just trying to get. Shout out to my baby. We will be married for 7 years in April. And I have such a cool gift picked out for him already. I will be making it. And I might have to kick him out of my group so I can show everybody. To be honest with you. Okay, let's get some of this over here. But yeah, it looks, I mean, that's the idea anyway. The eye, I paint them. I painted it. I looked up, when I first started doing this, I looked up, you know, dragon eyes that people have painted. And I know that, thank you. I know that some people buy the underneath. They actually buy it, and then it's a glass cabochon. I can actually show you. I have extras. I bought a bunch because I got them really, really cheap off of Wish. But it's a glass cabochon. This thing right here. It's 1 inch. And then what I do is I paint it by doing the spot in the middle and then doing on the outside. The reason why I don't do the paper ones, because I mean it looks pretty cool. You know, anything you put under, it's gonna look, oh, it looks so neat. You know what I mean? Because it does that dome effect, so it, you know, it enhances what the picture behind it. But I don't like using other people's work if I don't have to. You know what I mean? But I have one that's already made. This is my version of the Eye of Sauron. I don't know what I'm putting it on. This is 1/2 inch. It's not exactly what I wanted. There is some more work that I need to do, but this is the back. As you can tell, it's ugly. Doesn't really look like it's supposed to. But the thing is, you have to paint it upside down. You don't paint on top. You paint underneath. So when you do it, you have to do, do I have paint here? I'm probably going to show you real quick. Quick tutorial!
Don't do
Because I can. So I'm going to take a little black.
Do it.
What do you mean don't do it?
I
Hush.
thought you wet.
No. What are you playing with that you got me? He's playing with his nose bubbles. Whatever. You know what? You only live once, right? Okay. So you're doing eye like this. Obviously, you're not going to use a Q-tip unless that's the effect that you want. And I only use this cheap Apple Barrel gloss paint. Okay. So can you see this? No, you can't see. There we go. So I do everything off of the cap. Okay, so we're going to do this. And you want to fix it like that. I have a lot of Q-tips. I get my Q-tips from the Dollar Tree. Oh, thank you. I try to be amazing. More people need to see this. I think that's honestly what I believe. I believe if I probably actually just have to stick to one thing instead of trying to make everything. But I get all these ideas. Like right now, I'm crocheting. I learned how to crochet a swirl. Like, I watch these videos and then I do them. Okay, so this is the eye. See that? You're like, okay, well, that's the first part of the eye. So what are you going to do for the next part? So then you go ahead and you grab some colors that you might just have laying around. Apple Barrel is like 50 cents a bottle. You do not need anything crazy expensive. I'm like the cheapest do-it-yourselfer ever. So let's do some red, blue. You know what? I lied. Let's do blue and yellow because the mix of green is going to be cool. Okay, so see,
Nice.
Apple Barrel multi-service and gloss. I like gloss better.
See?
Yes.
Let's see if
Oh, thanks. We will definitely talk later. I'm available all the time. I never sleep. I'm just kidding. I taught myself how to sleep. What is it? 20 years of insomnia, and I can finally do it. Okay, so you take the black. Now, remember, we're painting from the opposite side. Let's see if I can get it like this. I probably should do a tutorial on this too. So then what you want to do is you want to bot it. You don't really want to do this. This is fun. Now, you're not really going to get a solid look on the other side. I'm also not using paintbrushes, so it's going to be a little squirrely. He just dropped his nose bubbles all over my floor. I heard the splash. He's drinking Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is now on my floor. That's okay. That's okay. You only live once, and it's just a whole lot of sugar. Hopefully, hubby hears that he dropped nose bubbles on the floor. We'll come by.
It's
and
okay,
fix them.
Mommy.
How is it okay? You dropped nose bubbles all over the floor.
Sorry, Mommy.
The neat thing about apple barrel also is that it dries fast. Okay, so you went ahead and it looks kind of like, oh, that's an interesting look. And then you switch it around. And that's what you get. You know, it's pretty. Let's see if I can get to zoom in. Okay. Looks yuck. Let's try to go down here. There we go. Looks yuck. Looks great. And then you can change it. Oh, no, not at all. It's okay. My child is a mess. Takes after his mom. And then if you want to tweak it, this is just an impromptu tutorial for people who watch. You can just take some water. You can take anything you want. If you don't want black, you want to change your black. The only thing with doing this, which is why you have to get the eye right, is that it's so hard to get the color back to normal the way you had it before. And I'm smearing black everywhere. So let's go with some blue. We're going to do, oh my goodness, the blue's everywhere. There we go, great. No, it's not. It's still on the floor. Where'd you put it? Oh, is that glitter? No, okay. There's nose bubbles everywhere. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Okay, can we leave my craft room now? Okay, sorry. We're gonna go and we're gonna smear it. Okay. And then you can look right here. And it looks different than if you do here because of the yellow that's there. And if you want to go crazy, then you can go ahead and you can smear it a little bit more. I like acrylic paint because it dries so fast. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to do, now that I have a way to set up the camera, I think I'm going to do stuff that's like this. So let's smear it, a little bit of green. Like that wine and painting class, except I do dragon glass eyes.
No.
Or cat. There you go. See? Look at that. On this side, it looks like garbage. Well, I mean, it looks like a painting, maybe a Monet, maybe far away. It looks like, you know, a beach with a family of 10 eating. I'm just kidding. That's how I see Monet. I love them. I love them. I love his at the lake thing. That's just funny. Oh, thanks, Heather. And hello. But look on this side, you have an eye with around it. I mean, technically, this can be used for a gecko that you find in the Amazon. It could be used for anything that you want. But you can see a difference, and that's how you do it. You have to start from the inside and then work your way out. With the eye that Michelle has, the eye that I normally use for the dragon, she requests a very specific color, and it's the mix of the blue. It's this one here. To get that, it's fun. It is using a blot technique. I have to get this. Oh, I forgot my cuticles. Gardening was hard today because my cuticle decided to tear and I got dirt in it and now everything hurts. So to do this one here, you do the black in the middle. You have to wait for everything to dry. And I know it dries quick, but honestly, I have the attention span of a gnat, which is why I have 8,000 graphs. Oh, you're welcome. I'm always glad to help out, to provide explanations on everything that I do. Hold on a second, please. So we're not doing Snapchat right now because I need to use my phone, but I'll show you spookiness later. There is a filter on Snapchat that everything looks spooky with your face and stuff, and he likes to be scared only when it's light out. But I mean, I'm the same way. So this one, you have black in the middle, and then if you look in an eye, there's always something around the iris. There's always something around the iris. What I mean, you look at your own eyes. You know, you may have blue eyes, and you'll have like a very light blue ring around the eye. It's really neat how that works. So what I do is I do whites. I try to do a little bit more blending of the white than it is here, and then she asks to do a brown ring around her eye, like her natural eye, and then it's a mixture of gold and emerald. So what I do is I bought it with, actually I used one of these, and I bought the green, or no, I bought the gold first because the gold is much lighter than the green. Once that's fully dry, then I bought the green color in, and that's how you get that mix. all eyes are never a solid color. Solid color eyes apply to cartoons, to CGI, to, you know, graphic novels, to things like that. They're never in real life. It'll always look like, it'll look really awesome. Like when the water comes in with foam in the beach, and how there's that white mixed with the color of the water. That's how eyes are. We were watching something that had that awesome astrophysicist, and I cannot remember his name, but he's fantastic. He had a show, and the beginning of his show was a little submarine that got close to the pupil of an eye, and you saw that it was mountains and valleys. That's what it looked like, but when he zoomed out, it ended up being an eye. So who is it? Yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson. My memory is not what it used to be. Well, my memory has never been really any good. It has gotten worse the older I get. Okay, so that is how you make an eye. That is why my eyes look the way they do. And that's why I do not use paper, because you cannot get a custom. If somebody else makes it for you, then that's, how is it really handmade? That's one of the reasons why I'm moving from Etsy, is that they're really commercial grade. You know, I try to put the hand back into handmade, so I make my stuff. And I have a feeling that I'm going to be concentrating more on clay and going from there, because I definitely am going to be doing a Nixia. You know, and I can get away with it instead of having the issue with the copyright, because I will be doing a likeness of her, not actually her, and using her name. I don't want to get in trouble like they did with the Minecraft. Okay, great. So we have that back there. Oops, oh my goodness, it's everywhere. Ah! Okay, so we're gonna get some clay, and then we are going to heat it up with my fingers. And then we are going to mix it up a little bit. And then we're gonna smush it. There we go. We're gonna try to get, we're actually going to be, I bet you I ran out of Q-tips. Nope, I got the whole jar. Okay, we have an issue. Now this is black. So what I'm doing is I'm taking rubbing alcohol, and then I'm going to take off the mica powder. As I mentioned, mica powder does not allow clay to stick. Yeah, you know what, Deb? Honestly, all my stuff has this happened to. But it's when something breaks apart, knowing how to fix it is most important. For instance, when Bruce gets toys, mommy has to know how to fix all of his stuff. All of it. Because if I did not, then all of his toys would be broken and waiting forever. So this is okay. Okay, so my problem when I did this is I did not cover the whole thing with clay. Clay sticks to clay. Clay sticks to clay so well, and ceramic tile. But not when it's baked. So here we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, and pop it in. Great. Then we're going to put this on top and watch this. Boop, boop, boop. We are good. Worst case scenario, it can be glued. I do have 4 types of glue. I can even use resin, like a UV resin. I even have glue that acts like a UV resin. There is no rush at all. No worries. And watch this. I can't even tell now. I'm just kidding. You can probably tell. But it's handmade, so it's okay. Look at that. All my stuff, everything I make has things like that. Yeah, definitely. It is rough. Okay, so we have, okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of the stuff right here. I'm gonna smush it in. I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm doing, right now I'm using a used, mostly dry baby wipe. I get the Parents' Choice baby wipes because the only thing difference between baby wipes are price. We have used Parents' Choice. As much as I hate the company, I hate the whole business, they are good. They're actually good quality. Okay, now I'm not liking too much of this pink here. So let's go ahead, be a little crazy. We're gonna add a little bit more black. That's why I go through so much stuff. There we go here. Add a little black, get a little happy trees on the dragon. Black right there, okay. Look at that. It's darkening it up a bit. It's still retaining some of that red. It's still going to have that shimmer because of what's underneath it. I am going to be doing a
Mommy,
white.
I'm going to show Dad looking at real.
We're not doing spooky real quick because Mommy's using her phone, baby.
I'm going to use your phone.
You're not using my phone.
Why?
I'm going to make it dark again. I'm using an i7.
Why?
Spawn.
I'm to show Dad spookiness.
Ask Daddy to download Snapchat on his phone and then he can show you spooky.
Dad, can Mom?
Snapchat. Here, Bruce. You can use this phone. Ask Daddy to download Snapchat on my phone with the camera. There you go. So I have an awesome camera, and then I have a phone that has an awesome camera. And the phone with the awesome camera is an LG, and this phone takes the best pictures I have ever seen in my life. Like for real, for real. Okay, here we go. Get that cleaned up there. And how do we have it like that? So now it's darker. Okay, it's darker. It has a hint of red. It is closer to bronze and copper, but bronze and copper do have hints of red also. So it's not, you know. So we are going to. I want to do. I really want to use this color. Yeah, I don't have a lot of it. Let's see. Let's see what it does. It is a blue, silver, purple. What do we got there? Okay. That does. That's. I like how that works. I like how that works a lot. Let's go do. Let me have here the macro pearl. This is 652 macro pearl. Okay.
Downloading right now.
The child is so impatient. Can you imagine if he grew up in the age of dial-up like I did? Yeah, see? I got you covered. Do a little bit. Oh, that's a whole lot. That's too much. That's okay. It's gonna add a nice sparkle. I wish that I had like a little menu vacuum cleaner just to suck it all up. A little air, like I need a little fan. Here we got it. It's still good. It's still good. This reminds me of the devil from Legend. Look at all this. So much mica powder everywhere. It looks a little plain, but it won't. When I take these pictures. Okay. So Michelle, what do you think? We good? Because if we're good, I'm going to add the extra stuff. Let me, it says paint. Okay, we don't want paint. Okay, I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. Just to get it really in. It's Teray Rael Sugar Butt. Ridiculous. Now you guys can log into my Snapchat. Yes, baby. Hold on. The spookiness needs. Okay. There we go.
Whoa, Marlo.
Logging in. Give this to Daddy. Okay.
Oops.
Right.
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah. I lost it.
What's that? My phone's vibrating. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can really get this black here. I'm gonna get these blacks really highlighted. So I'm using my thumb now. Okay, there we go. There we go with that. Good. Black here. Yep. Okay, so putting my finger in the rubbing alcohol. I have no cuts, thankfully. We're going to get a little smush. Okay. probably, I think the best way to do it. So you don't want that red there. I'm just gonna keep making the same to do it. Okay. And if she is good with this, oh, I moved my camera a little bit. Oh no. There we go. Okay, great. I mean, if she is good with this, then we are gonna have to just tweak it a little bit. Let me throw away this stuff. I have powder everywhere. My hands look like they did a mica powder. I'm gonna grab a few more Q-tips, and we are going to really, okay, so this is probably the least fun part, which is the cleaning. Oh, I have to get on the floor for this. Okay, sounds good. You can message me. Don't message me on Clearly Homemade. I do not get those messages often. I don't get them prompts for them. So just message me on regular Facebook. But yeah, definitely love to talk to you. And enjoy dinner. We're having tacos. Tacos are delicious. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Bye. What do you think, Michelle? We good? You want me to say we're good? I'm gonna start adding like the rivets and stuff. I'm not quite ready to get concentrate and go. So I don't want this to be the same color. It's not how it works. Having tacos. Shut the door. Shut the door. So there we go. This is the hardest part. It's getting these. It's all fun and games to make a big mess, but then you got to clean it up. And you're like, oh man. You know what I want to do? I want to do the door knockers from Labyrinth. That's what I want to do. Door knockers from Labyrinth would be amazing. I mean, I've seen them, you know, in vinyl. Man, imagine having a set of them. That would be neat. Yeah, I worry about copyright. I think, what is it? Disney owns the Muppets now. Probably just making for myself. Disney. No, because I don't have 800 projects to do. I do want to do a necklace that looks like an octopus. I have an idea in my head for it. I think it'd be pretty cool. I want to do more crocheting. I am a fan. I learned how to swirly crochet. That's exciting. And then I'm going to swirly crochet because I'm going to be doing, I might be featuring some crochet things. I'm going to try to move away from the jewelry and stuff because, I mean, I'll do like custom pieces. They don't sell, you know. And I can't wear earrings. And I do wear necklaces, but I got a lot. So I think I'm going to have what I have and that's it. And then I have ebooks. I don't have any regular books, but I have a lot of bookmarks. So those are going on Story Envy, so keep an eye out on them. I might be adjusting my prices on things, I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't remember how much work goes into them. I think I'm going to do just like one-of-a-kind items, and then if you want more, you can get more. But, you know, I love custom orders. Michelle can attest to it. My mom can attest to it. Go do it Snapchat with Daddy.
I'm stuck in spookiness.
Well, ask Daddy to fix it then.
Thank you for spookiness.
Let's see here. I normally listen to music when I do this. I wanted to talk to you guys. And I know, like, come here, Brucey, I'll do it.
So, I'm really stuck on spookiness.
You want to change it? Okay. Hi, Sarah. You're going to open. Not now.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a four
Yeah,
color.
here we go. You're stuck. Remember, you have to hit the X?
Yeah.
There you go. Play with it.
Well, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Sure, there we
I'm
go.
stuck.
Okay. Come on. Don't play with this, you crazy kid. Hold on a second. My child is nuts. I could have turned down the volume. Hold on. Yeah,
Oh.
volume's off. Okay, ready? Okay, let me bring it up. I apologize. My child needs to look at the spookiness. Okay, go find it now. There we go. Go. Go, go, go. Okay, he's all set up now. And you're not playing with this in here because I don't have any copyright on for anything that's there. Okay, great. So any noise or any music you hear, I do not own anything. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, your head's like floating. Oh, I decided to do Snapchat with my child today. Spend time outside. Okay. I'm not liking how this is not. I have to do something. Okay. Now let's see. We're gonna go in with that little brush. If I can find it, there it is. Okay, we're gonna go with that little brush, and then we're gonna get this stuff right here. We're gonna use that mix of pearl white and the medium silver. That's not. No, out there, please. I don't want it out here with that noise. Thank you. I'm gonna highlight a little bit, smush it around. Just a little definition, nothing crazy. I just love how mica powder works with clay. I really do. Okay, good. I mean, it's not a lot that we're doing. You know what? This probably look pretty good with here too. Let me add a little bit more black. If I can find my black. I lost it. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to add some black to the mix. And then we're going to be doing the spikes. I'm going to figure out how I am doing around the eye. I think I may need to do a little something with that. Okay, you know what? This is terrible. There we go. Mixing it up. Use just a plain black. I'm going to darken it up. More like argent silver. I think I'm going to do a little bit darker. If I do a little bit darker. Okay. Welcome back, Sarah. Ah, it's going everywhere. Oh, that's too much. Oh, okay, whatever. So when it came to the holiday ornaments, I was able to do custom colors with glitter. Apparently, I can do custom colors with mica powder. Well, I knew that anyway. So if there's anything you want, I can custom do it. I mean, all the colors in the world are made of 3 colors. So, okay, now it's nice, a nice dark. So let's dark silver. Let's do. Okay, so good. So we're going to do some highlight. Now, the best way to do this is with a piece of paper. So we don't get it everywhere. I mean, it can be blended in, but I don't want to. Let me see if I can get. I have cardstock everywhere. Okay, so let's do this. And then we're going to do it just a little bit at a time. It has a little sparkle. That highlights the black, which is why I don't really want it everywhere. Get it out of the brush. See, this is where the nitty-gritty comes from. This is where it gets more than, oh, what color are we doing? Like, I'm actually purposefully doing stuff. And it's really just to highlight the spikes. Because it seems like the color is blending in a lot. The color we have on the bottom. I'm just excited for how this is going to look in the sunlight. I mean, we're already seeing how the color reacts to the overhead light. That was really cool. Yeah, see, you can already tell there's more of a glisten on this one than on the other ones. That's neat. I'm gonna get all this done, and then I'm probably gonna have to. Remember down here we had to do that quick fix. Kind of looks like the spike had to grow back after an accident. Adds a bit more realism to the dragon, and that's the idea. The idea is to not make it look like it's fake. Well, we all know it's, you know what I mean. I like doing that. So I started clay when I was in 4th grade in Latchkey. You know, it's one of those students. My mom worked all the time. My dad worked all the time. So I wasn't on the street getting in trouble. I'm just kidding. I was not that kid. I was in Latchkey, and they had after school activities. And one of them, one day, we did clay, modeling clay. And I made a dragon skull because 4th grade, you know, listen, my first tattoo, what I wanted when I was, by the time I was in 8th grade, was a giant dragon on my back devouring sheep, you know, because I've always been that kid. So I made this dragon bone skull. It was really cool. And then I am told that I clayed afterwards, like sometime in high school. I don't remember this. And then I picked it up about a year or 2 ago, however long it was, and I decided to do this, and I love it. I like doing stuff like this. You know, I like the clay. I like working with the clay. You know, I have a great machine now. It makes it easier. And I like playing with the colors. And actually, you know, I have to admit something. I surprised myself with how well this stuff looks. That sounds terrible, right? Like, I had no idea that it would come out like that. Oh, look at that. Ah, oh, it's so perfect. So perfect. I love it. Okay, good. We got a few more scales, and we got these little itty bitty guys. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do these over here. I was having a little bit of doubt, but I'm kind of glad that I went with the little ones. We're actually going to add this guy here too. Happy little trees. Highlight the black. That's the idea. That's what I'm probably going to do around the eye too. Highlighting the black. You know, it sounds kind of weird considering the fact that almost all of this looks black. But it's to give it the extra depth, which is why I use a different color clay. You know, I mean, you can see some of the other clay through it. You know, that was intentional. And we did have to wipe all the color off. Remember, that was not bad at all. I was going to say that was not fun, and I realized it kind of was. Because the neat thing is you can always start again. So you don't want to keep, so you want to add a little bit of pink, or I'm sorry, dark red, to make sure that this stuff is not going too black. I'm making a mess. Okay, I'm going to have to do the black brush on that one. There we go. See? You can see it separates just a little bit. And I know we're going to get better pictures, I promise. I mean, it looks now like mush. But we are definitely going to get some better pictures outside in the hot Florida sun, and they're going to look fantastic. They have no choice, so I'm going to make them. And I try not to edit my photos too much. I hate everybody's using like filters and stuff. So I try to take my pictures outside. I mean, I have to edit the ones in, so I got to get, honestly, a better camera set up. I move my isopropyl alcohol for my European friends. There we go. There's a bit of a mark on here, but it still looks pretty cool. And this bad boy is going to go in the oven at 275 for about 3 hours. Sounds like a lot. You're only supposed to put in for like an hour for every 1/4 inch. But honestly, I cannot, unless I'm using like a ruler or something, I cannot tell you how the size thing is. So I'm gonna do it for 3 hours. You cannot overbake clay. You can overheat clay, you know, use the wrong temperature, but you cannot overbake it. We're gonna bot a little bit. Little bot your eyes over here. I love that Jamaican crap. Because he understood. I'm quoting Little Mermaid, by the way, Sebastian. I know you guys are Disney fans. So. If you want to comment, I am using my phone to watch the comments, even though I'm videoing on my computer. So if you post something, I will see it. Great. So we have those guys done. We do a little bit more over here. Like it's a little lacquer. Right there. Great. Okay, now we're gonna take a brush. We're gonna smush it around. Not having any extra. I'm gonna get my eyeball. If you go back through the video, I did do a quick tutorial on how to paint an eye. And I'm thinking that I might actually do a live tutorial on how to paint a dragon eye. There'll be a lot of waiting because you have to wait for paint to dry. But maybe I'll just put it on YouTube. Okay, so we are almost done. I have to get the okay from my customer. And I'm missing something. You know what it is? I got a feeling that it needs a little bit of gold. Not a lot, so we're going to use that little brush again. And yes, these are mermaid eyebrow brushes. Just so you know, because that is fantastic. And this is just a cheapy brush that I had. Now, I'm trying to think how I want to do. Let's see, right there. Okay. I'm going to go under the lid. I know under the lid really isn't that big of a deal. But when you do under the lid, sometimes over the lid happens like that. And it's nothing crazy. A little bit of mica powder. I am using the 657 Sparkle Gold, very light. It's just to give a little bit more highlight and definition. I'm almost done. Great, we're having tacos. Hey, we got any margaritas? I'm just kidding, I don't drink. We have wine. Can I have wine, please? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't drink. I don't. But this wine is not drinking. It is Vin raspberry sparkletini, I think, or something like that. It's wine, very sweet, very sparkly wine. It's very good. I have a cup once every 3 months. Not even a cup. I'll like do like a half or a quarter. But it has been a couple of days. I do not believe in using alcohol as a dependence. I am an alcoholic, but I have learned that I cannot drink that way. I stopped drinking and I stopped smoking cigarettes with my child. It was very hard and I hate it every day. I'm just kidding. I do wish for a cigarette every single day though. Even though I hate the way it smells and even though my house was still smells like an ashtray because of people who lived here before. Okay, so I did some pearl white to go under the eye again. It is definitely more definition. I'm gonna, you know what? I don't want to use my finger. I have tools. I'm actually gonna use a Q-tip. We're gonna push this eye up a little bit. It's supposed to be menacing. It's not supposed to be like, hey, how's it going, bud? I want to sag nut. Okay, let's see how that looks. And the entire cabochon is painted. Like the whole shebang. When I did the tutorial, I did this one. Just quick. This is what it looks like on the back. This is the front. But I do paint the entire thing. So even if you don't see a lot of it, even the edges are painted to whatever color is wanted at that time. It's pretty cool. This actually looks really neat. I might use this color scheme for like a gecko eye or something, or maybe in a gecko. I try to do sculptures. They don't come out like I want, but this can't. Okay, we are doing a little bit of blue. I'm gonna do it. There he is. I want to do this, and if it doesn't work, I can always get rid of it. I don't know why, but I need to use this color. Yeah, I have to. Something's telling me, listen, you got to use this color. My child is asking to use colors. He wants to play with. How does that look? Can you? Oh, yeah, he does. I do food coloring in water, and I bought these pipettes for resin because it's hard to measure out resin sometimes, and I do want to get started on that again. If anything, for like little bits. I didn't want to do that. I gotta stop just dabbing stuff. That's what I do. Just away. Okay. Okay. No, what time is it? It is 7:15. I've been doing this forever. I'm just kidding. That's what it feels like. Okay, so we have the nook. Okay, now we're gonna go. Okay, the eye is good. You know, the eye has some highlight. I'm actually gonna show you guys a close-up of the eye. This looks freaking awesome. I gotta do pictures, man. Oh man, I'm so excited. My child stole my phone for pictures. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, and up. Okay, we have a little highlight around the eye. But look at that. What? I love mica powder so much. That's so cool looking. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, it's something. I mean, aside from the rivets. Okay, so I had a plan. Let me get up. I'm gonna play with something real quick. I have the idea that I have not been able to do with other things is adding extra stuff. The extra stuff is I am using brass paper fasteners for this. I cannot, what you call it? I cannot bake with this because I don't know if the brass is going to melt my clay. I mean, not melt my clay, but get too hot. The spikes are made with aluminum foil. And as we know, from anybody who uses the oven, aluminum foil does not get incredibly hot. I mean, it does, but not like something else that, like you would put a fork or a knife in the oven, how hot that gets. Something like that in the oven, like if you use like a stainless steel pan, put that in the oven, that's obviously very, very hot, unlike the aluminum foil, because aluminum foil is supposed to help keep heat and not, you know, conduct it, I guess. I don't understand the math or the stuff behind it. Okay, so, oh, my wine, he loves me. I love you.
You're done soon?
Yes, I am done soon. I'm going to see what the rivets look like.
No. You have to be done and eat and rate soon.
I know, I have reading. I got this, dear. Oh, it's wine. Look, it's wine and painting. You can't see my wine. Ha! Okay, so I am being called away. This is the last thing I'm doing. Okay, so these are brass paper fasteners. And this is supposed to be different than the last one I did. So I'm going to get 3 of these. I'm just going to show you just real quick, and I'm going to have to go because I have to get this mess clean. No, I don't. Best part about having a craft room is you don't have to clean it ever unless you want it. My mom would be like, after all that work. I know, Mom. I know, Mom. I'm shouting out to you, Mom. Thank you for giving birth to me. Let's see. Wow, I've been doing this for 2 hours. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm taking off the legs with paper fasteners, just like that. Okay, and then I'm not going to put them on. I'm going to see what it looks like. So the idea with this is I want to see how it would look like as if it looks like, best way to describe it, if this here was pulled off a dragon, as gross as that sounds, and then tacked onto the box, because this is the box. The box is over there. Okay, this is another box. This is the box that this is going on. It's an enclosed box made out of wood. Michael's is wonderful. It's going on here. So we did it on the clay slab because I had an issue with this warping. We don't want it to warp. It is a birthday gift. So the idea is for it to be tacked onto this. Maybe I'll keep the bottoms. So you put it on, how they do books, we can probably put this like right here, and put this like right here, and then have it maybe like it's pushed in like that. So look at that. Now it looks like it's tacked in. Right? Right. So that's the idea. So you push down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to pop them out somehow without running everything. I don't know how to do that yet, but that's what we're going to do. I have to see if the brass fasteners will heat up. Probably going to put it in the oven with a piece of clay and see how it bakes, because that's usually what I do. So look at this. So it actually looks like it's cutting into the scale. I'm going to show you. Okay, see, look, just a simple brass paper fastener. The idea is look like it presses into the scale to attach to the book. And I'm put like 2 here, maybe 1 up there, and then 1 there. And that's it. Okay, folks, this is almost a finished project. I might be tweaking a little bit depending on what the customer likes. It looks a little bland right now, but I promise from a personal perspective, I'm actually able to see the difference in colors. I'm happy that I did go with the different color clay underneath, because you can see some of it, you know, in certain places that you looked, depending on how the light is. It adds to a little bit of the reflection. This light is not the best. But I will take pictures and show little close-ups. And I'm glad that, while I am sad that the original red color idea did not work, I'm hoping that this is a happy alternative, because it doesn't look pink. Well, maybe not to somebody else, but my husband says it doesn't look pink. I'm gonna trust his eye color. And it definitely does look more menacing than the other colors, and it still has that, you know, hyperrealism, you know, around the eyes, and, you know, very tactile texture and stuff like that. So that's it. But everybody, thank you very much for joining me for this. I do not suggest, there is no red mica powder that I have seen. I will still be on the lookout for it in case my customer wants something else. If you want one of these of your very own in whatever color that you want, obviously not the red, since we are having a problem with that, please reach out to me. I have a hard time getting messages on Facebook, Clearly Homemade, through the business page, but you can definitely message me on my personal page, or, you know, write a comment in the group, because, you know, I get those. But you're like, hey, listen, I'm interested in something like this. This is, they're taking what? This is now 14 hours of work, not including the baking. Let's not worry about the baking, not including the layer of the polyacrylic. I am painting the box to look like a book. I am lining it with felt and stuff like that. This is very work intensive, and stuff like that. So just be mindful of pricing when it comes to that. I'm not saying this is like $500, but just be mindful. I've had some folks try to lowball me. I'm asking you, please don't do that. This is a lot of work. Anyway, so that's very uncomfortable for me to talk about. But I just wanted to give a heads up real quick about that. But I will be definitely looking into doing a tutorial for the Dragon Eye itself. I think it's a really fun and interesting experience to see something that you made, like, wow, this is pretty cool that I did that. That's how I feel every time I make one of these. And I would definitely getting pictures of the finished product and stuff like that. And I'll probably make the book black. I don't know. I gotta figure out how I want to do that. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a fun rest of their weekend. I'm going to go drink my wine, eat some tacos, and then play World of Warcraft. I will see you guys another time. As always, I look forward to creating with you.